Hi children, so welcome to our fourth class. So what we had discussed yesterday in third period. So we discussed about exercise 1.1 till 7th sum we are completed. So today we are going to start 8th bit. Okay, what is that? 8th bit is express each of the following decimal numbers in P by Q form. Express each of the following decimals in P by Q form. Means we have to write in rational form, isn't it? For example, first question is 0.5 bar. What is the first question? 0.5 bar. So this decimal express each of the following. These decimals we have to write in the form of P by Q form. What is 0.5 bar? What is the meaning of bar? Suppose 5 bar. So only one digit has bar. So the meaning of this bar is nothing but after that decimal point, this particular digit will repeat again and again. So when you are going to remove this bar, so what we get here? 0.5, 5, 5 and so on. So let us discuss about the periodicity. Period and periodicity. What is periodicity? Periodicity is nothing but a number of digits under the bar. The digits which have the bar. Suppose here, how many digits has bar here? Only one digit has bar. So the periodicity is 1. For example, 0.23 bar. So here under the bar we have your 2 digits. So the periodicity of this decimal point is 2. So the number of digits under the bar is called periodicity. So it has only one digit as bar. So the periodicity is equal to 1. Why we have to discuss about periodicity? So let us discuss about that. Let x is equal to, for example, I am taking as 0.555 given number. That is equation number 1. Then next one is equation 1 multiplying on both sides by 10. Why we have to multiply with the 10? Why? Because if the periodicity is 1, we need to multiply with the 10. Suppose if the periodicity is 2, we need to multiply with the 100. So depends upon the periodicity. In this case, the periodicity of the given number is 1. So we have to multiply the equation on both sides by 10. So let us multiply on the left side. 10 into x is equal to 0.555 and so on into 10. Okay, 10 into x, 10x. So already we learned about the multiplication of decimal numbers with the 10 or 10 multiple. Okay, so 0.555 and so on we are multiplying with 10. When you are multiplying a decimal number with the 10, so what will happen? The decimal point will move on the right side. Okay, so if it has only one zero here, so the decimal point will come after one digit. So what will get here? 5.555. Once again, so when you are going to multiply a decimal number with 10 or 10 multiples, so the decimal point will move on the right side. Suppose here, so after how many digits we have to put the decimal point? For example, if it is 10, so the decimal point will move on the right side, so it will come after one digit. If it is 100, the decimal point will come after 2 digits. So like that we have to multiply. Then after that what we have to do? Equation 2 minus equation 1. From second equation we have to subtract the first equation. But what we got the second equation? 10x is equal to 5.555 and so on. Then the second equation is, first equation is x is equal to 0.555 and so on. Now we have to do the subtraction, isn't it? What we have to do now? 5 minus 5, 0. 5 minus 5 again 0. 5 minus 5, 0. Then we have to put the decimal point. 5 minus 0. What will we get here? 5. 10x. We have here 10x. From that 1x we have to subtract. Then how many x's are there here? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9x is equal to 5.000. But after the decimal point, there is no value of the 0. So simply we can write 9x is equal to 5. Then we need to find the value of x. So left hand multiplication, this quantity, when I am going to transpose to the right side, it will become division. So what will become? X is equal to 5 by 9. So 5 by 9 is in the form of p by q. So this is the p by q form of 0.5 bar. Like this, rational, so decimal numbers we have to convert into the form of p by q. Clear? Once again, first whatever periodicity is there for the given number, we have to find the periodicity. So let us remove the bar. We'll get, that is the first equation. So to depend upon the periodicity, we have to multiply the given equation. After that, we'll get second equation. From second equation, you have to subtract the first one minus second one. So we'll get the x value. That x value, it must be in the form of p by q. This process is known as the expression of decimal numbers in the p by q form. Okay, children. So then we have to go with the other. So remaining sums we can do like this. Easily we can do it. Okay now. So then another one. Next, ninth bit. What is the ninth bit? Without actually dividing, find which of the following are terminating decimals. So before that, we have to learn about the terminating decimals, terminating and non-terminating, terminating and non-terminating recurring decimal, terminating and non-terminating recurring decimals. Okay, what is mean by terminating decimal and what is mean by non-terminating decimal, that we have to learn. For example, I am taking one example. First one by 2. It is a rational number. So we can say that it is a terminating decimal or non-terminating decimal. How to find? First we have to go with the division method. After that, without doing actual division, we can say that whether it is a terminating or non-terminating. First one is division method. First we have to verify whether it is a terminating or non-terminating by using division method. So already we learned about division method. How to do the division? Numerator we have to divide with the denominator. What is the numerator here? Yes, 1. Very good. What is the denominator? 2. So numerator we have to divide with the denominator. So 1 we have to divide with the 2. But 1 is smaller than 2. It is not possible. Then you have to put the decimal point here. We'll get 0. Now it is possible to divide with the 2. Isn't it? 2 5s are 10. 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. So then what we got the remainder? In this case, we got the remainder as 0. If we got the remainder as 0, then it is known as a terminating decimal. What we call? Terminating decimal. Isn't it? What is terminating decimal? When you are going to divide the numerator with the denominator, in such case, if we got the remainder as 0, then it is known as a terminating decimal. Okay. When it is a terminating decimal, if we got the remainder as 0, then we call it as it is a terminating decimal. For example, we can take another one. Suppose 1 by 3. Okay, same. Numerator is 1 and the denominator is 3. 1 is smaller than 3, so we have to divide 1 with 3, but it is not possible. Then you have to put the decimal point in the quotient place. You get 0 here. 3 1s are 3. 3 2s are 6, 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12, but 12 is more than 10, so we can take 3 3s are 9. So after that, what we have to do? From 9 we have to subtract 9. From 10 we have to from 10 we have to subtract 9. 10 minus 9 is equal to 1. Okay. then already a decimal point is there, we get here 0. Then again we have to divide with 3. 3 3s are 9. Then 10 minus 9 is equal to 1. So again we get 0 here. Again 3 3s are 9. 10 minus 9 is equal to 1. So this particular digit of the decimal point 3 is repeating again 9. Again it is repeating again 9. Again. So we can write as a decimal form 1 by 3 is equal to 0.3 bar. Why we are keeping bar? This particular digit only 3 is repeating again and again. So we have to put the bar on 3 only. So it is, which one is repeating? Only the digit 3 is repeating again and again. So this is called as a, in this case we, so have we got here remainder as 0? No. So this is called as a non-terminating recurring decimal. Non-terminating recurring decimal. So this is the difference between terminating decimal and non-terminating decimal. In first case we got the remainder as 0, so we call it as it is a terminating decimal. But in this case the remainder is not 0 and this digit is repeating again and again. So that is called non-terminating recurring decimals. These two are terminating and non-terminating. The difference between these two are already people are learned. Okay, so have you observed it? This is a terminating, that one is a non-terminating. Why we call it as a terminating? Yes, it is a remainder is 0, but in this case the remainder is not 0. So this is called as a non-terminating recurring decimal and this one is a terminating decimal. So this both the sums we are done in a division method, but without doing actual division we have to verify whether it is a terminating or non-terminating. How it is possible to do it, that we have to do now. Okay, now the next one, without actually dividing, find which of the following are terminating decimals, which are terminating and which are non-terminating. Without actually dividing, without doing actually dividing, find which of the following are terminating decimals, isn't it? But in previous class, so just now we learned about the terminating and non-terminating decimals with it, so by division method. But in this method, without actually dividing, find which of the following are terminating decimals. How it is possible to do it? For example, I'll give an example: 3 by 20.